How's it going, YouTube? This is Skul, and today I have my very first Patreon Q&A video for you guys. So, first off, yes, this is not an original idea. I 100% stole this from Vian.
No, we're playing Turf War. That's clearly the most popular, and it'll make me the most money.
But I figured that this was a good way to reward my awesome members of Patreon who have been pledging to me nonstop now for some of them over 2 years. And I figured that one way that I could say thank you to them was by taking their questions and answering them on a video. So if you want the chance of asking me a question to be answered in a future video, then make sure to pledge to me on Patreon for as little as $1 a month. That's less than the cost of a Big Mac at McDonald's, or I think it's even the cost of a small fries now. Surely you can sacrifice that. Also, as I've said in the past, YouTube has changed their algorithm, so videos are severely crushed unless you leave a like on them. So I want to see your support, not only just so that this video gets seen by my actual subscribers who click the subscribe button to see this video in the first place, but also just to let YouTube know that you really like this content and to let me know that you want to see more in the future. So if we can hit 1,500 likes on this video, just 1,500 likes, then I think that is a worthy goal. With that out of the way, let's go ahead and get started. Let's go into ranked battle. Splatoon's my favorite, but the one that I'm lowest in, and let's get started. Oh boy, already we're seeing so many Japanese players. This is going to be fun, isn't it? Alright, as we're going to get started here, I'm going to start with the very first question. This comes from Corey. How did you get in contact with Crystal, Fian, Gigi, and Failboat and the others? Well, I'll go in order of how I met them. So, with Fishy and Kyle, I met both of them the same way. I was thinking of starting a Splatoon 2 series on my channel. I'd mostly been focusing on Pokemon card openings up to that time, but decided I wanted to branch out, try something new. I'd always loved seeing other people make funny moments videos, and I decided to try and make some myself, but I knew that I wasn't funny enough, I wasn't entertaining enough on my own, so I decided to look for help. So I looked for other people who had made videos of funny moments during the Splatoon Global Test Fire, and that's how I found Fishy and Kyle, and I sent both of them messages asking if they'd like to join me for a recording session for Splatoon 2, and they both said yes. And that's how they, that's how I got in contact with them. That's how they became part of the group, is by doing that. Crystal was next, and she joined the group because I saw her art on Twitter. I believe she won a t-shirt contest, and I thought, you know what, she's made a lot of fan art for me. She made the B-Rush shirt, that's it. And I talked with her a bit on Twitter, and she sounded like she was a great personality. And I decided to ask her if she'd like to join the group, and she said yes. And she's been with us ever since. And I believe by now she has been in the most of my videos of all of my friends, which is awesome. I really hate to bring this up, but I'm going to, because I know that it'll lead to more people asking for further answers. But Kayana was a part of the group for a while. Found her the same way, actually. She, actually, no, it wasn't. She was an artist. She made fan art for us, but what originally caught my attention was that the very first time I played with fans, she made a video recording her side of it, which, and her personality was such that I knew that she would work well with the group, and she did. Every single time she was with us, it was great. And she was with the group, and that's how I found her. She's not with the group anymore, obviously. She's not going to be in my videos anymore, and I'm just going to have to ask for you guys to respect that. I'm not going to talk about it. But that's how I found her. Sagasi, she was a patron of mine. So she's one of those people who could answer, who could ask a question to be answered on one of these videos. And I wanted to expand the group at some point, and I asked her if she would like to join, and she said yes. Failboat, oh wow, we just won. I just spent the whole thing on that. I'll make this easier. Fishy introduced Gigi and Vian as Splatoon 2 started to help expand the group, and then Failboat came on a little afterwards after I reached out to him and asked if he wanted to collaborate. He said yes. That's how that's the answer to that question. Yeah, and that answer took a lot longer than I expected, but we did get the wipeout! Always a good time. Maybe I should answer questions more often. That seems that I play better that way. Alright, different stage now, and this next question comes from Woomy Queen 14. What got you to start making YouTube videos? Honestly, it looked like a good idea at the time. I know better now. But, the very first time I ever made a video, it was like a long time ago. I was making like home videos and posting them on YouTube, and they used copyrighted music, so of course they never got more than 10 views. Most of those were just me checking to see how many views they got, if it had increased. It increased by 1 every time I played. But what made me start this channel was I started out as a trading card game channel. Like I said in the last question, I opened up Pokemon cards, and there was one... That was a time when there was a lot of people making Pokemon card videos. There were just tons. In fact, I was friends with some of them, and I still am to this day. But there was one in particular who doesn't even exist anymore as a channel called The Cat's Meowth. She did a series where she opened up 2,575 booster packs in the course of a summer, and it was the most packs opened up in series on YouTube up to that point, and I think ever. And it just inspired me, because I thought, you know what? It looks like fun to open up cards in front of other people and show off, your excitement when you get something really good. So I figured I'd give it a try, and it didn't really go anywhere for a while. But then, pretty much 2 expansions in a row, we pulled, me and my wife pulled the best cards in the whole set and made those the thumbnails, because that's what you do. And it took off, and suddenly my channel went from having 100 subscribers to 1,000, and then 10,000 within the course of just a few months. And at some point, I was in college at the time, shuffling around degrees because I just didn't know what I wanted to do when I was out of college. I still don't. And at some point, I was just looking at my paycheck at YouTube and realized, hey, I'm earning more from YouTube than I am from my regular job here at the college. So I tried to avoid that, oh well. So I quit my job and made YouTube my full-time job, and I eventually shifted away from Pokemon TCG, and now I make Splatoon, and I try and do other stuff, which I hope that you guys watch just as much as this. It seems I am stuck with 1 question per match. That's not what I intend. I'm just answering these as fully as I can. We got wipes. I guess that's to make up for the first wipe. I don't know if that was me playing bad or what, but oh well. Floxiana asks, what's your favorite memory involving Pokemon? I have a lot of memories involving Pokemon. It's my favorite thing ever. Well, one of my favorites. Like, my top 3 are Pokemon, Star Wars, and space exploration. And I have a lot of memories for all 3 of them. But with Pokemon, I'm going to go with, I got engaged. I proposed to my wife after seeing Pokemon White in theaters. So, when we were in college, there was, Pokemon did something different for when Black and White first came out. For the first Black and White movie, they made 2 versions of the movie. They're both considered the 14th film, 2 versions of the 14th film. This was back when Cartoon Network had exclusive rights to show the films on TV instead of putting them in the theater. But since there were 2 films that year, Pokemon got to pair up with Cinedigm and release Pokemon White, the movie, in theaters in America. And they did, and we got to see it on December 4, 2011, and let's see, it was cold that day. It was really cold because we lived in Nebraska at the time. It was so cold that my friend who was supposed to drive us, his car wouldn't start, and we had to get someone to come and jumpstart it. And we were so late to the film that it had already been going for 25 minutes by that point, so we missed the first 25 minutes of it. Luckily, we still understood what was going on for the most part, but that was just so disheartening to think that we were going to miss the film. We were honestly worried that they wouldn't let us in, but they did, and we got all the goodies and stuff, and we got to watch the film. And then afterwards, at the theater outside, I proposed. I put the ring in a Pokeball. So I filmed it too. I got my friend to hold the video camera while I filmed, but Teresa, my wife, doesn't like me showing the film to anyone because when I proposed to her, she didn't say yes, she didn't say no. She said, "Oh, you put it in a Pokeball?" And then realized she didn't respond until after the film was over. But she said yes, because obviously she did. But that's probably my favorite memory involving Pokemon. There's a lot others, but that's my favorite one. Let's see. Let's just go to the next question. Salty asks, what type of salt is your favorite? I'm not familiar with any different kinds of salt. To me, table salt tastes the same as sea salt. But I like... man, I don't even know. I honestly don't know what the different kinds of salt are. Just focusing now. This is getting hard. I'm S plus 0. Oh, I got a kill with that. Nice. Let's see. Luna says, as of now, what is your favorite digital-only game on the Switch? Oh, it's so hard to say. Probably Katana Zero. I played that game at PAX. It was so unique. It's a 2D side-scrolling game. It's not a side-scrolling game. It's a 2D game, so it uses graphics that you would see on like the Super Nintendo, for example. But it's so much fun, so addicting. It's so unique too. Did I just get splashdown? No? Oh, okay, that was weird. Anyway, so there's just such a unique game. I wish I could put footage of it right here, but I can't. So yeah, just look it up. I just love it so much. It's hard to explain what it is. It's just, I can't explain it. So, Katana Zero. Let's see. Kino935 says, would you consider taking patron suggestions for game modes, or having a Smash tournament night once a month as a way of saying thank you to patrons? Well, I was reading that instead of paying attention, so... I'm definitely open to taking suggestions for future game modes. My thing is, I want to merge away from Splatoon 2. This is the only thing that I'm known for. This is stale. This game's been out for 2 years now. There's not much left that you can do with it. Even making new, fun game modes, there's just not much interest in that anymore, and I'd just much rather... oh, my poor throat. I'd just much rather play different games instead. That's just what I would prefer. But I'm definitely open to suggestions, and as for a Smash tournament, the patrons in my Discord chat tend to do a pretty good job of organizing things that they want to do on their own. That's one reason to join, is that you do get access to my Discord server, and you get to play with other patrons and channel sponsors, and you get to chat with them about whatever you want. It's a nice private channel just for you guys to do whatever you want, and it's super fun. And we lost. I thought we had that, but at least it went to time. And how long have I been going for now? About 15 minutes? Alright, well, I guess that's where I'm going to call it then. There's not many more questions anyway. I'll just get these out of the way. Octogirl asked what made you start making Splatoon videos. I pretty much answered that already. Socrates, how'd you meet your wife Saze? We went to high school together. Owen Benjamin Wild, what would you do if you controlled Rewind? I would definitely make YouTube a better place. And Rockle, if you had 1 million cookies, what would you do with them? I would eat them and share them with my friends. So that does it for my very first patron Q&A. I will be doing these probably once a month, or maybe a little more often. I don't know. We'll see. It all depends on how much you like the video. So if you did like it, make sure you hit the like button. Remember, we're trying to hit 1,500. And if you want the chance of asking a question to appear in a future one of these, then be sure to join my Patreon. A link is in the description. All you need to do is pledge $1 a month. Although the more you pledge, the higher perks you get. So it's all up to you. That does it for now. See you guys later. Goodbye.